Just allow it.
To be honest, it's not even you I won. It's Bits and Bobs I won.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He
won him.
Them out. You need to get on the
but Daniel, he said he called you Cookie Crumble FC, and you guys kind of called him.
Wow.
Because you've crumbled.
Say again.
He called you Cookie Crumble FC, and he kind of proved him right because you guys crumbled, you know.
And how about United? So Everton's going top 1 point from 6.
Okay, so United dropping points. Does that mean he was wrong about your team?
I just think it's ironic that he can't look in the mirror.
Was he wrong about your team?
Wow.
Was he wrong about your team?
That's all I
answer the question.
That's what I can say.
Okay.
Look, all I'm saying is we win tomorrow. We're 4 points off top. I wouldn't really call that crumbling.
It is a crumble though because you were at the top.
Nah.
You were at the top. Relax now. You were at the top. Yeah.
I wouldn't call it crumbling.
Huh? So what? Okay. So you asked me where's my energy. Where's your energy? Where's the back to back, the treble and all of that? Where's that energy? Keep that energy, man.
I can't because we can't win the treble, but we can do back to back in it.
Wait, why can't you win the treble though? Just question though. I don't know why you can't do it.
Huh?
Yeah, what happened? Why can't we win the treble? Wait, hold on. That's a good question. Why can't we win the treble? What happened?
Wait, Yannicka, can you hear them? I can't seem to hear them, you know.
Man said he got, bro, why can't you win the treble? Talk with your chest, bro.
Yeah, man.
Why can't you win the treble?
We're here for you know. This ain't like a working team. What happened?
Unfortunately, we got knocked out by that fraud. You know, Bruno Fernandes, the supposed
fraud.
Is
that what they call him?
Fraud. That's a damn shame, you know.
That's what they call him these days, yeah.
Players that can't score open play goals in Big Six games. They're fraud in my eyes. Bits and bobs, yeah. You were talking about Cookie Crumble. Ever since you guys went top, 1 point in 6 games. So
was he right? Was he right about your team or not?
So there won't be no 21 in 21.
Was he right about your team?
There will be no 20 in 21. There'll be 20 in 21.
Daniel,
it just won't be United with 20
Daniel,
That's all I'm going to say. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
You can't do that. You can't do that on this show. There's not like plead the fifth here, cuz we don't do that here. Man don't plead no fifth.
We don't have things over here, bro.
Oh, plead the fifth.
Yo, but listen, man, big up to everyone inside. You know where it is. Yeah, man, I don't even know what to say. Man. Oh man.
Why are you upset?
Why I'm upset? You know, I'm not even up.
Why are you stressed then?
I just don't feel the vibe no more, man. Many good vibes, and I don't feel the vibe no more, man. It's just...
Man, why don't you feel the vibe? Since you're asking me questions, my turn to ask you.
Well, why can't you do the treble though? You still ain't answered me that though. So tell me why you can't do the treble.
Look, listen. Everybody here knows why we can't do the treble. People want football, isn't it? But people aren't in your personal life, so we need to know where's the good vibes.
Okay, cool. Safe for that. No, do you know what it is? Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. Do you know what? Yeah, it's reality for me, man. I feel like back to life, back to reality. That's what it feels like for me, bro. That's literally what it feels like with me. I can't
I did tell you it wasn't gonna happen.
Wow. Damn.
Guys, and that brings you to the end of the stream. 3 minutes in, and we're out. What's all of that? No, allow it, man. Sorry.
Go back to that comment. Sorry, what was that?
Imagine not being able to win the Champions League this.
All right, cool.
You know what? Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
You know what? No. Keep it there. Keep it there.
I didn't even see that like that. You know, man said, imagine not being able. I even forgot we're playing Riopa. You know, I forgot.
Hey yo, Sociedad, bro. Not my Riopa, bloody yo.
Real Sociedad.
Yeah, but hey, Ryan. Just so you know, yeah, because I mean, you're probably asked that question last season, and Atletico popped you as well. So
I can't lie, Mike. You have to hold it because you're playing Thursday night. You have to hold it.
Hold what?
The fact that you have absolutely no chance, like zilch, like no chance in hell of winning Champions League.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I made my peace with that.
And I know you wanna troll people who play on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but you have to stick to Thursdays, if you know what I'm saying. So Arsenal and them, that's what I'm had to be keeping.
I see. Funny. Didn't you lose on the first day just recently?
Pardon?
Didn't you lose on the first day just recently?
I haven't been watching football recently, so I've
you're watching EastEnders instead. Is that what you're watching?
Yeah. EastEnders and Netflix, isn't it? You get me?
Crazy. By the way, yeah, if you don't win Champions League this year, yeah, I'm not coming for Daniel. I'm not coming for Harold or anyone. Rayan.
No, you know what? Yeah, you can't
ask you
come,
the same
you can't
question.
come for him, bro. You can't even come for him. Do you know what? Yeah,
What?
do you think Daniel's a leveled head Liverpool fan?
I know he's not. You're saying that's not
Bruv,
going back to back.
Ryan, yeah, he's level-headed. Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know
I
what? He
swear.
would get into your head. He would tell you, "Oh, bro, this guy." He would message me on Twitter. It was like, "Oh, you should have won, man. You should have beat us, man. Oh, you deserve it, man. You lot should be top of the league, man." But then, bruv, he gets into your head, and then he's gonna drop comments like these. Imagine not being able. Oh, I see it. No, because I see it. A good month and a bit. I was like, oh yeah, man, I like this guy. You know. You're my four, bro. We can't run. But now, you know what? Listen, let's get straight into it. I think there's one game that we have to like obviously talk about first. Manchester United. Or let me not put it. Arsenal, Manchester United. Jesse Lingard leaves the club, and unfortunately, we can't go to the Emirates and dance. I'm gonna start with. Let's start with Yannicka, man. Yannicka, man. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Okay, give us your thoughts on it, man.
Look at the smile.
Go
She
on,
can see
tell
that
us.
gap opening already. She can see
Bro.
it. She knows the job will be done.
Personally,
Mm.
it's an interesting game because when I did predict a 0-0 because I thought that both teams can't afford to lose. So I thought people would be cautious. And that's why I thought it'd be a 0-0. But when I saw the lineups, I thought Man United might win because based on the lineups, Man United was much stronger than Arsenal. But I think Arsenal played really well, to be honest. Like, they kind of soaked up the pressure a little bit. They had a few chances of their own. They weren't clinical. Man United, same thing at the other end. I think you had the better chances. You should have scored your chances more so than Arsenal. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty end-to-end game. I actually think it was one of the more entertaining United games because when I watch United, normally it is quite boring. So I think it was more entertaining, but you couldn't afford to lose it. And I think for that reason, you didn't go all out. But then he did bring on Martial and go very attacking.
But that was forced, to be fair.
Yeah. But it was because of the injury. It wasn't because... I don't think it was a tactical thing. I think it's just because of the injury. But yeah, in the end, it was kind of like perfect result for us. I would have preferred an Arsenal win, but it's what it is. But yeah, I think it's a bit concerning for you guys because it's not so much that game because Man City, when we played Liverpool and we drew 0-0, and then we played Man United and we drew 0-0, and then we got beat by Spurs, I was thinking, we're not going to win the league if we don't take points off the top sides. Then we played Chelsea and we won. But it's these sorts of games, we beat Arsenal, you need to beat the teams in sort of the top 8, or you need to beat most of them. And it's kind of like Man United so far haven't beaten any. So you kind of need to, if you were going to win the league, I did say that I didn't think you'd win the league, but that's just because I didn't think the way you were playing was good enough. I would say, like, it's still close. Like, people are saying congrats on the title. Like, it is far from over. Man City do not have easy fixtures coming up.
You've won it still.
I've said all season that I think I thought that if City signed a centre-back, they would win the league. That's what I thought prior to the season starting. And then when we started and we were a bit dodgy, I was a bit like, I'm not so sure. And I didn't see the hunger that you normally see in a title race at the beginning. When we, like that West Brom game where we were drawing, there was no desire to go and win that game. But I've also seen that kind of now at times from Liverpool. I've seen it from United. So I think it's more of a sort of combined issue rather than a Man City problem. So I think we look strong, but we're not clear. Like if we were 10 points clear, then I'd be like, yeah, we should win it. But it's still close. Like you lose 2 games and we're back in the mix. with everyone else. So as much as I'd like to think we can go on and win it, I do think Liverpool will come back. I can see them picking up some form. And you never
Wait
know.
a minute. How did you spin it to Man City? I'm proper thinking it here, like, wait, I swear I asked about United. How did you spin it to Man City?
Man, you have to take control before this becomes another Man City pod.
Whoa. I was probably thinking, like, taking everything you're actually saying. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, wait, I swear I asked you about the United game, and now you're talking about Man City. But listen, now, big up to yourself. Big up to everyone inside. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe and smash the like button as you come in. Let me just roll through some of the comments, and then I'll come to you, Kojo, innit? Actually, do you know what? I'm going to come to you now because the next comment here is for you. Search parties going out for Bruno tonight, bro. Do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, like, you got onto Bruno probably about was it about 3 months ago? Yeah, saying that he's dead, he's trash.
No, I didn't say that. Okay,
now you're gonna vex me. Don't make me do it.
I didn't say that. I said he was dropping stinkers. I didn't say he was trash. Why do you keep doing this? He's done this in the group chat as well.
Where's the video? Oh my god!
Manny, continue doing it. I like it. I like the Civil War. Let me put myself back on you.
But you know what it is? Yeah, obviously, on the FS show, FS show probably about 3 months ago, you said obviously he's dropping stinkers. He's been crap for 4 months, but everyone's loving him because he's getting us FPL points. He's not even doing that at the moment. What's happened to Bruno in the last 4 or 5 games? What has happened to him? Other than the Liverpool game where he scored obviously the long range penalty, he's been missing. What has happened?
I think it's very simple actually for me. Is when a team goes against Man United and they know that Bruno Fernandes is the man that they're going to try and base their player around to create and take shots and that, they're going to focus on stopping him. But sometimes it's his decision making that is questionable also. And it's been very questionable of late. His passing has been very, very off. His shots have been wayward. His link-up play is not working with anybody else right now. And there's a lot of factors for that. I don't only blame him for that, but he's just not dropping any sort of performance where I'm flipping finished. United at moments of the PE teacher is in brief for 8 years.
That's true.
That's good for you, man. Yeah.
My whole life.
That's a lie.
Only one football team in Manchester.
No.
Hey, back to you, Joe, because this is about to go. It's about to turn into a Man City show.
Listen, they always do this. It's about
it's funny you say that because I was speaking to my sister-in-law and she was asking me why there's 2 clubs in Manchester, and I actually told her that today that there's actually one team in Manchester, actually Man City, and United are located in a little town outside. And now continue.
And
on this live stream, you're gonna say that,
and they're all lies as well. There's all lies.
It's right. Man United have their own borough. They have different bins, different thing.
Okay, so we're judging it by bins.
They are in Greater Manchester, right? Which is fine. Okay. But so are Oldham, so are Wigan.
Okay, that's good for them. I don't understand. Okay, so we're Greater Manchester United then. That's fine.
She's low-key savage, you know. Wow.
Bruv. Newham have different bins to
you come in adding your little salt and pepper to the situation here. Cool. Big up.
You know what I will say about Bruno, yeah? The minute people started comparing him to De Bruyne,
I knew it. De Bruyne, Man City. It's a
okay. No more City talk. We'll come back here. No more City talk. All right.
No, let him go.
I just said, it.
So listen, but no, when I said he was dropping okay, again. Well,
do you know what? I'm not going to go through this comment. I'm going to let you talk.
The reasons why I say he was dropping stinkers is because listen, I'm not going to even hide it. Daniel knows for footy says as well. I was screaming that I wanted Bruno at the club when we were linked with him in the first place because I'm a big fan of his. So it's not me trying to be like a turncoat or anything. I still love the guy, but the way he's playing right now is just not acceptable with it. Simple as that. So he needs to improve his performances. He needs to improve his decision making in games. It's becoming a bit like dare I say, Marcus Rashford in his choices on the ball, off the ball as well. So, yeah, that needs to improve quickly. The guy's quality, isn't it? Just right now, he is just not. He's not contributing a damn thing. Well, apart from in the FA Cup, but in the league, he hasn't been it. So that's it.
But like Papilo, what's your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes? Because obviously we've had this conversation about him on Everson Cut. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. We had a conversation about world class and players who are world class and players who are not world class, innit? But you have people who would say Bruno. Well, for me, for example, Bruno has had literally, I think it's literally a year now. He's had world class impact. But then, can you actually call him world class? And then looking at how he plays and moments where you need him, other than against Liverpool yourself, where he scored a long range penalty against you lot, 3-2 knocks you out of the FA Cup. Remember that, don't forget it. What's your thoughts on him anyway, Bruno Fernandes, as Klopp likes to,
I'm not even like, this might sound like a shock, but like the way Bruno has been playing recently hasn't surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, like his performances. Like, this might sound harsh, but for me, these are normal Bruno performances. Like, I think there was a moment in the second half, he put in an aimless cross, and Gary Neville was like, I don't know why he put that in. That was nowhere near Cavani. And Bruno does them things. And the thing is with Bruno, I think people just need to, he's a good player, his stats are amazing, but they need to watch football with their eyes, not looking at Excel spreadsheets, because Bruno makes a lot of silly decisions, in my opinion. And if you're used to that, you wouldn't be surprised. The game today, for me, I think personally, Roy Keane summed it up perfectly. United are playing, it's as if the players are playing the occasion, not the actual team on the pitch. Because if you look at the team sheet and you see Tierney's not there, Aubameyang's not there, Saka's not there, the way you stop the first 20 minutes, you have to show them, look, also, we're coming to your ground and we're going to win this game. The first 20 minutes was as if United were like, oh, let's ease into this game. And for me personally, as a football fan, I think that's concerning, because I don't think the players mentally are there. It's all as if they believe that they can beat these teams. And I think against Liverpool in the Premier League and against Arsenal today, United should have won those games, or at least performed better.
Yeah. Do you know what? You say something there about the first 20 minutes in every game. I think the first 20 minutes every game is when Manchester United are at our worst,
Exactly.
Literally the first 20 to 30 minutes, like, if any team's smart, you get at us here, you can collect the 3 points in the first 20, 30 minutes. The only thing is that we have individual players. We have Bruno, Pogba, Martial, Cavani, all these guys that can get us out of a tight hole. Even Mason Greenwood, do you know what I mean? He's a match winner for us at times. So, do you know what it is? I think like it's been a good run for Vibes FC. Do you know what I mean? We've had some memorable games. We got literally at the top of the league for a month plus. Do you know what I mean? And partly that's down to Bruno. But what it is we've become so reliant on Bruno, so reliant on players like Rashford as well, that these players are. I think he's burnt out. To be fair, I think he's literally burnt out. He's probably played. I think I've seen him miss probably 2 games that he hasn't started, and that's games he hasn't started for Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it's got to a point where, yeah, everyone wants to play. Do you know what I mean? I remember, I'll play on the Mondays, innit? You want to play football 24/7, but sometimes you just need to know when you have to have a rest. And I think that's just what it is with Bruno. He's burnt out. He's not really been good, but he's been stat padding. And now he's not stat padding. I don't even want to see him in the team. I want Donny van der Beek. I want to see Donny, but obviously, man like Donny locked up in it, Akon, innit? I'm locked up. Anyways, let's get to some of the comments. So, Ryan, City are the best team by a mile. They've got.
You know what? I'm gonna say something about City, and I know we don't want to switch it to City.
No. Talk about City. I'm sure, yeah.
No,
you're not gonna talk about it.
Yannicka said something, and I fully agree. People are talking as if this is over. In my opinion, this is not over. I think United and Liverpool are going to be there about until like game week 26, game week 27, and then we'll see who's serious among those two teams. Because I watch City, yes, they win games 1-0, but I also see them being got at. And I think if teams can just be good and smarter with their chances, they can cause City problems. Like the same frailties I saw with Liverpool before we were bad, and you guys probably saw with United before this week, is what I'm seeing with City. I don't think they'll lose games, but they can draw games. And as Yannicka said last week, sometimes losing is better than drawing.
It's true, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see them losing another game this year, and that's where my problem is, because I feel like United and Liverpool are gonna lose games. I'm talking about anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. If I can see Liverpool and Man United beating City, I'm not gonna. I think they have the. They have the team and they have the players to cause City problems. If they come at it on their day, they can catch City 100%.
But you see with City do this thing, yeah. Like when they go on a run, yeah, it's a run. It's a proper run. Do you know what I mean? They will go on a run, yeah, and you won't even know. And they go about their business quietly. What year was it when? I think Jan, you spoke about it as well. I think Arsenal were top of the league. City went on a run, and they go on runs, bro. And if you look at the way they play, if you look at their
strongly. So that's why I said, like, at the start of the season when we went top, I was like, we don't need to be top now. I'd say if we're sort of within 5 points of the team at the top, even with 5 games to go, City are in with a chance. I'm not saying we would win it because it would depend on the team above us dropping points, but City can win. We did it against Liverpool. We won 14 games in a row. Everyone was saying every week, but they've got Burnley. They're not going to beat Burnley. But they've got this team. They're not going to beat this team. They're not going to beat Spurs at home. They're not going to beat this. They're not going to beat that. And City did it. So I don't rule City out ever. But I do agree, like I said earlier, I don't think it's over. I think it is in City's hands right now.
100%.
We would have to lose and draw
is the virus
points as a team below us. So we'd have to, I think we'd have to lose, to be on the same points as United and stuff like that. So, and we've got a game in hand. So I think, oh no, I don't think we do.
We'll talk about this later. Later.
Now you do. Now you have a game in hand.
We do, yeah.
Have a game in hand, yeah.
Not that would be the same, yeah. But this is the thing, like, I just think it's, because for me, it's our defense that gives me hope. Like I said this all season at the beginning of the season. Yes, scoring goals is great, but defense is winning you titles. And it's games like today where it was kind of end to end. Sheffield were in it the whole day, the whole game. It was only at the end where, like, obviously we were on top. Don't get me wrong. We had 90-something% possession. We were on top.
No. First of all, sorry to cut you off, Yanya. I'm not allowing no Arsenal fan, to talk about Manchester United.
Wait, does Lauren support United?
No way. No way. I'm not gonna allow it. Listen, you man are what? Let me bring up. Wait, are they in the top of the team?
The nine.
They finally made it.
Okay, so I don't have to scroll down anymore to see you, and you want to come with chest? What? Because you're taking 4 points off us. That 4 points are gonna do nothing for you, man. Oh, but that hurts. Man.
I can't lie to you, though. Can't lie to you. Probably give it to next game weekend. They'll be back to 11th. So because Chelsea have a game in hand on them. Southampton have a game in hand on them. These have 2 games in hand on them. Aston Villa above them have 2 games in hand on them. Everton above them have 2. Tottenham above them have 2.
Yeah, it's right. Relegation zone. Listen, you are still in a relegation fight.
Lauren, you have to hold that. But wait, Ryan said something about Bruno and Salah. Okay, at the start, if you guys tune in for the first 2 or 3 minutes, that's just banter between me, Manny, and Michael. Bruno Fernandes and Mo Salah are not frauds. When I say look at the stat sheet, I mean people just look at the stats and say somebody's world class because of that. No, you have to play well. But just because the player is not world class doesn't mean he's not good. Bruno Fernandes is a good football player. Mo Salah is a good football player. You cannot call a football player who's won Golden Boot back-to-back, one of the top scorer right now, a fraud. You can't call somebody a fraud who has the most goal contribution of a midfielder in his first year in the Premier League a fraud. Like these people, they're not frauds. So like we have to stop calling these players frauds. Maybe they don't do Maradona turns, they don't do elasticos. It doesn't make them bad. If you want that, you can go watch Ben Alpha. For me, I think it's ridiculous calling people like Salah frauds.
Is he still at PSG or he's left?
Nah, he's not at PSG. He's definitely not at PSG.
Ben Alpha.
Yeah.
I think he's at Nice now.
Nice.
He's playing football, but I have no clue where.
I have no clue.
Let me even find that out for you. 'Cause I saw
But
that.
yeah, no, I agree with you. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, he is frustrating. To what would you say?
Like, put respect on Bruno and Salah.
No, yeah, you gotta put respect on them. Obviously, I think like I said, the impact that Bruno's had is world class. I think the impact Salah's had at Liverpool as well is, do you know what I mean? You can argue and say he's world class, but then you can argue and say he's not. I would still say actually, do you know what? I would still say Salah is probably world class in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like he's shown us consistently for what? How long? For 3 years? This is his 4th year. Wait, is it 4th or 5th year at Liverpool? How long has Klopp been there? 5 years, isn't it?
He came in 2017. So he's going into his 4th year, yeah.
Yeah, he's going into his 4th year. And literally he hit the ground running when he came in. So
exactly.
And since then he's had a consistent season in goal scoring, if that's what you want to call it. He does what he does. I'm not going to compare him to Ronaldo because obviously Ronaldo's done it for years. City, United, he's gone to Real Madrid and he's doing that at Juve. But he's scoring goals, isn't it? And Salah's doing what he needs to do for the team. So, you know what I mean? To say that he's frustrating to watch. The thing is, yeah, like when your system doesn't work out for you, yeah, when things don't work out for you, certain players will be frustrating to watch. And I guess Mohamed Salah is one of those players. Bruno is one of those players as well.
You can never please football fans. I'll give you an example. So Kevin De Bruyne is dropping in terms of assists every year. He's up there. He's getting the great numbers. But people also call him a robot, this, that, and the other. But when you watch him play, he's actually a fantastic footballer to watch at the end of the day. I don't think he's a robot at all. So when it comes to players like Salah and Bruno, at the end of the day, and I don't know where this came from of this worrying about performances like that. Look, I come from an era where if you had a striker and he did nothing for 87 minutes, but in the 3 minutes that he scored a hat-trick, he did something, he was ridiculously good. That's what matters. He did his job. Now, when you argue with someone, they say, what does he do apart from score goals? As if that's not the most important thing to do on the football pitch. You know what I'm saying? That's why someone like Gabriel Jesus is a good footballer. Mm-hmm. But because he maybe misses chances here or there, or he's not as good on the ball as, I don't know, Harry Kane, for example, he's not that good. See, he should go and do this. The guy's good, man. He's scoring goals more. If you actually check his goal record at City, it's clean, you know.
Good statistically, yeah.
It's clean. He does his job.
This is why it annoys me because people.
Lauren, that's a lie.
People will say things like, "Oh, Bruno's better than De Bruyne because of his stats," but then when they want to talk about Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus, they don't look as good, or their touch is bad, or they don't score all the chances and stuff like that. But if you want to talk stats, them two are really, really good statistically. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying they're not good players because I rate both of them, but I just think it's interesting when it's Bruno, it's all stats, and then when it's everyone else, it's like, oh no, you've got to watch them play. Like De Bruyne is one of the best players I've seen. Like he can turn a game around. Like I've seen him step up against Barcelona and win us that game. Like I've seen him do it at the highest level. So that's why for me, De Bruyne is such a good player. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just with me, stats come into it because stats are important. Obviously, you are there to score goals or create goals or whatever your role is in your team. But at the same time, the eye test is just, if not more important than the stats sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if you're a keeper and your job is to make saves and you hardly make any saves, but you look good, that's not going to work. Like, no matter how good you look, your job is to defend. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what? Yeah, I actually do agree with. You know, okay, actually, no, we didn't really have both teams were not full strength anyway because we're both missing about 2 players. Tellez didn't start for us. We'll say it's a full strength.
No, but she is right though in the sense that Arsenal are a shit team. Obviously, because they missed 3 players. So Saka was missing, but then they guess up Martinelli, so I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
but like I said, I scored him this year, and Tierney's the only one that out here. To be honest, Tierney's been great for the minute, but Cedric went there.
Nah,
did you not see that post on Twitter? Some what do you call it? Arsenal fan put in Tierney. Who else? I think it was Saka. Was it Luiz, Aubameyang, and some other players in the world class bracket?
Yeah, did I send it to you?
I don't know. Was it you that sent it to me?
I think
Oh no, it wasn't even world class bracket. It was the starting 11, and there was only like four Manchester United players in there. But you know what? After today's performance, it probably is right. You know, no, it's probably right because we were stinking all over the park. I think the only person I can say had a good game today.
Luke
I don't
Shaw.
even know. Luke Shaw. Yeah. Do you know what? Luke Shaw? Yeah, like I know I have to give it to him because ever since Tellez has come here, he's been amazing. You know,
He's been
and to be
brilliant.
fair, he doesn't like I have no problem with him defensively anyway. But going forward, I don't know. I don't want to say he's been restricted. I feel like he's been told not to go forward as much. Do you know what I mean? Because I guess the only time we saw Luke Shaw was looking like the Luke Shaw and the LVG a little bit, but then it's like I just don't know, man. I want him to do well, you know. I want him to do well, but I'm happy. He's been one of our most consistent players over the last 15 games when he started anyway. But let's just move on to some of the comments. Jeremiah, even when we draw today, we're still in a title race. Do you know what? The reason why I don't believe that is I get why. Obviously, I don't want to say we're in a false position because we're not. Obviously, we're there because we did what we did, innit? But we haven't. The games that we've been winning, it's not like we've been playing well in them. We haven't been playing well, but we've been winning games. And I can't remember. I don't remember whose show I was watching, but basically said, in a season, you probably have like 2 or 3 games, where you can go behind and win, and then come back and win. Manchester United, we've done this probably 8, 10 times this
You've
season
done
already.
for the majority of your wins.
Yeah, we've done it a lot this season, and what's happening is we can't score anymore. Really, we really can't score anymore. We're struggling to score, and now it's like teams just I don't know. Teams put pressure on us, and it's done. Like that Arsenal game, I think they should have won it. To be fair, obviously we had 2 great chances. Cavani, but I would even say Rashford had 2 great chances himself. Do you know what I mean? But we should. We definitely should have won that game. But if you see the way we play and the way we have been playing, I can't say that we're in the title race anymore, man. It was good to be at the top, innit? And scream 21 and 21 when we shouldn't have even been there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we should have been. I don't know what you guys think. I know what Yannicka and Daniel would think, but I don't know what you think about it, Kojo.
I'd say don't panic too tough. I mean, look, we're still up there. Until we're not there, we're still up there at the end of the day. City having a game in hand is a problem because, like I've just said, I don't see them losing their game this year. But Daniel did point out, and I said this when Liverpool didn't win the league, 98-97 Chelsea, City and Liverpool's title race. I said it would be the draws that cost them, and it was 1 draw that, in my opinion, against us when they should have smacked us.
Yeah,
that denied them the 3 points. They should have won that game. That got done on the title, and you could have been talking about back to back for them. So sometimes the draws are dangerous, but I'm only saying I feel like City are the favorites because I don't see them losing, but I see everyone else losing. You know what I mean? Last time I said this though, I said I don't know where Sheffield United are getting their wins from, and then my own bloody team gave them the 3 points, didn't they? So I could be wrong.
I don't because I'm not one of these people that's like, yeah, City are going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. Obviously, we look good now. But, anyone can lose a game. I think it's one of them things. But I do agree with you. Even if City lose games, no one else is going to go unbeaten. So I don't think it will matter too tough in terms of the title. It just depends when you lose them games. Because obviously, if City go 12 points clear and then lose a game, doesn't really matter. If we lose our next game, that will make a big difference because the teams around us will be well behind, very close behind us and put pressure on us. So when we have to go to Anfield, we have to win, which is not easy. Do you know what I mean? So if we can stay where we are now, a couple of points clear, of United and obviously however many points clear in Liverpool, that's good because it means when we go to Anfield, we probably could take a draw. We could play for a draw or whatever. We don't win there, so I'm not expecting to go to Anfield and win. But, if we are going to do it, it's probably this season. This season's just been a weird one. So we'll have to see. But I think everyone will drop points. It is one of them seasons. And that's why I'm not saying, City have won the league. I just think out of the teams at the top, currently right now, we look the strongest. And I think, obviously, we've got the biggest squad. So even if a few of our players go out injured, like they kind of are from time to time, as long as it's not Ruben Diaz, I think we'll be all right. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
I'm so angry. I'm so angry you got him. I'm fuming. I was screaming for this guy. I wanted him in my team.
We scouted him, yeah, but we said no because we wanted Harry Maguire for 80 million. You know.
Don't remind me.
No, wait. You know what? I was telling my brother this. I honestly think Harry Maguire at least deserves a bit more respect. I think, personally speaking, every time I watch United, he's one of your better players, and I hardly look at him and think this guy is making a stupid mistake. In my personal opinion.
Wait, huh?
You're talking about someone that marks his own players at corners and conceding goals.
That was poor. But I think from after you got knocked out, I think he's been very good. He's been dropping 7 out of 10 performances at least since the City game, from the City game until now. And I think, like Luke Shaw, he deserves his flowers for now, because even though I don't think he should be overrated, I think he's a player that people love getting onto. And sometimes we just have to cut players some slack. Like, nobody's a robot.
That's true.
No, but you see, with Maguire, do you know, I think it's understanding, knowing what our defense was and what we needed. And then you bring him in because you want someone to come and have that Van Dijk impact. And he hasn't had anything near that at all. He hasn't had anything near that. Last season, yes, okay. He has been a difference to our defense. I can't even lie to you in certain aspects, in it, especially with clearing the ball, winning headers. Do you know what I mean? But I said the only difference between him and Lindelof is he wins headers. That's literally the only difference. I see it. I don't know about you, Mike. You might see it a bit different.
But you know, there is though, yeah. As much as I hear the Van Dijk effect, the difference between Liverpool and United is Liverpool was still scoring goals at a crazy rate. They just needed someone to come and shore up that defense. They needed that extra player. And after they got him, Alisson came in and it completed the set. We needed someone to show the defense, but we haven't been consistent with goals for a while. That's also a big reason why we haven't been up there.
Okay, there's where he is, by the way.
Yeah. So even today, you can talk about today, like Daniel said it, Maguire didn't really do anything wrong today. Yes, conceded a stupid foul from Lacazette, but apart from that, it was fine. And then Cavani missed chances, and Rashford missed chances. Cavani definitely missed chances that he should have scored. The
last chance he got.
Not the last one, the first one for me from Shaw's cross, because you're in front of the goal.
Yeah, fair enough. But that last chance as well, you don't miss that, man.
It's behind him, so I can see why he missed it. I still think he should have done better, of course. I still think he should have scored, but I can understand.
Cavani missed an open goal. I don't know how that got brushed over.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about. That first one. He missed an open goal. You have to score that all day long. All day long, you have to score that. Second one, I can forgive because it's behind him. But apart from that, he should have been celebrating today. 100% he should have been celebrating. But that's what happened, isn't it? So that's why I understand what Daniel's saying about Maguire, because I can't blame him for the last couple of weeks or 2 or 3 months that he's been in decent form.
And even like the big games this season, they have been like 0-0. So it's not your defense that's the problem, like you say, because if it's 0-0, that means Maguire has done his job at the back. So you know what I mean? That's why, with City at the moment, like I know if we don't lose, it's because of if we don't win, it's because of our attack. Because defensively, we're a lot better. So even if we concede a goal, we should be outscoring that opposition. So it's on the attack. Unless it's like we're having a really like hard game and we score 1 and it's 1-0 for ages, and then right at the death, a defender makes some dumb mistake and we draw, then I could blame the defense. But right now, our defense is quite strong. So if we don't score more than the other team, it's because of the attack not doing their job.
Yeah. And do you know what's even worse here about that Arsenal United game? Yeah, is the fact that David Luiz got man of the match. How is he getting man of the match? That's how you know we had a stinker of a game.
Wait, he got man of the match, sorry? David Luiz?
David Luiz got man of the match.
Probably because when he hit that free kick, he hit his head, went over, he went like this. Probably for that alone.
Celebration, did it?
Yeah.
It was for that. Gary Neville mentioned that in his analysis, in his like reasons for giving him man of the match. I thought that was the most embarrassing reasons. But I also think like when Gary Neville was given it, I think he was thinking, this has been a shit game. Nobody has been great today. Who can I give it to? Because if I was to ask you guys who was the best player on that pitch,
actually, no, I would. I remember his interception. Yeah, that one spun me. The interception with I think it was Martial and Bruno in their box, and he just came out of nowhere. Bro, I was like, that was sick. Yeah. I was like, that's kind of sick still, bro. Okay, yeah. When you think about it, maybe to a degree, but even then, David Luiz shouldn't be getting mad at the match, though.
So who does?
No, what he's saying is, if you see David Luiz at the back, you should not allow him to have a man of the match performance. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
and I fully agree with that. Like I said, like I don't really agree with Gary Neville and Roy Keane often, but I think they got the post-match analysis spot on. I was looking at the way United were attacking, and for me, it's an utter disgrace. Like, and the thing, United play like this all the time. It's so slow, it's so lethargic. It's as if they're playing five-a-side with the boys in the park, and I'm just thinking, what's going on here? Like, I don't know if that's the coaching, if that's the players, but for me, it's a disgrace personally.
You man, carry on. One of my boys wants to come in and talk in it, so I'm just gonna drop him the.
Who does he support?
He supports Spurs, isn't it, Mr. Free and Double?
Wait. What's he going to talk about?
That's why I want him to come in it. He's probably not gonna come now that you're giving him smoke.
Yeah, Michael, you ruined it because I wanted him to come. I was gonna give him all the smoke.
No. Let him come. You know, if he wants to drop a speech and then do his thing, I'm not mad.
Do you know what? Yeah, if anyone wants to jump on, they can jump on. I'll just drop it here. Boom.
You man, do you think anything's gonna happen about this racism thing? Because it's getting embarrassing.
No. You know what's happening. You know what it is, man. It's not happening. From the day that Nicholas Bentner got fined more than John Terry for racist abuse, you knew it was done. My guy, he celebrated and he accidentally, it wasn't on purpose, accidentally showed his what was it? What betting company was it that he had on his boxers?
I don't even remember, you know. But I remember like it was white, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was green and white. The writing was in green, and whatever betting company that is. He just celebrated, did his thing, and then he got a big fine for that. I'm like, what about you? What about I guess El Capitan, innit? El Capitan England and all them things.
Yeah, they had that a while ago because I remember in the Champions League, I think it was, there was some fans that were being racist towards our players. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Yaya or something like that. They were being racist.
Yeah, it was a way.
I can't remember. It was like someone anyway, and they got fined an amount. City came out slightly late for the second half and got fined almost double of what the club got fined for racism. We got fined more for being a minute late coming out the tunnel. So it just says it all. That's how it is. It's just like ridiculous.
And for me personally, like stuff like fans have 3 warnings, stupid shit like that. I think as long as they take that sort of approach towards it, then we're never gonna get anywhere because you're giving them 3 chances to be racist. Yeah. I always use the example: if 80,000 people did deep fake on a referee's wife onto a porn star's face and put it on the video screen, would the referee say, "Oh, you have 3 chances until you get that off"? No, he's gonna stop the game because it's embarrassing. It's an absolute disgrace, and that's the thing with racism. It's so ridiculous. All these Instagrams, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these companies, they have the tools, they have the means to kick it out, but they don't. It's every time I hear them talking about it, I just want them to shut the fuck up because unless you're gonna do something, don't talk about it. Just show us what you've done. Show us that you're actually gonna get rid of it. Otherwise, shut up. Honestly speaking, shut up. Because Reece James got abused after Martial and Antoine Xavier, and Reece James hasn't even played recently. I'm pretty sure it was Aspilicueta that played the last game. So that means one retard woke up and thought, "Let me be racist towards a football player." It's.
But there's probably ways they could do it though, because if you think about it, like when you try and write the word "fucking" in your phone, it always changes it to like "ducking." Do you know what I mean? Changes it. So there must be a way that they can stop you from typing that word. You know what I mean? So
But the thing is, it's
like
typing
and I
words.
know people will have ways around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, at least then they've got to go around it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas people right now can write whatever they want on the internet. Like you can literally say what you want. They've got obviously these monkey and gorilla like emojis that everyone uses. Like, is there a purpose for it? They don't need that. Just get rid of it because it's not going to be used to discuss gorillas. Like, how often are people going to actually put a gorilla and think, "Oh, I'm talking about a gorilla"? Like, it's not necessary.
Unless your name is Burma.
You know, they know it's going to be used. I'd say for every time it's used once for a gorilla, it's probably used 100 times for a racist reason. You know what I mean?
Abdi, the thing is with Pogba doesn't need to be racially abused, and the reason why, like, I'm not angry at you, I'm angry at this comment. The reason why this comment annoys me is because people say, people need to be educated. Nah, people don't need to be educated. People aren't stupid. All the racial undertones you hear about Paul Pogba in the media, that's racial abuse.
Yeah.
They don't have to say the N-word. They don't have to put a gorilla. There was a game where Man City played United, and Pogba had an interview talking about how he's been working hard in training, this and that. And Roy Keane just comes out and says, I don't believe a word he said. Like, how do you not know a player? How have you not talked to a player and you say you do not believe a word he said? And then 10, 15 minutes later, Gary Neville and somebody else said, I've never spoken to David Silva and Aguero. None of my friends know them. I don't see them out. But they look like players who work hard, who keep themselves to themselves. You don't know them. You think they keep themselves to themselves, the white players. But Paul Pogba, Roy Keane is saying, you don't believe a word he says. They don't understand that creates
do you know what? It's unconscious biasness. Unconscious, or let's say unconscious racism. Don't even know. Like, I always bring this up. Like, Maguire against Chelsea, when he went to kick my man in his balls, was it Willian or whoever, or Willian or Tammy, one of them? I don't even know who it was, innit?
Tammy.
It was Tammy, innit? He went to go kick him in the balls, innit? And then, man, and that's what you just hear. It's like, oh, he's a good. They were doing this live on TV. Oh no, he's a good guy.
He's not that type of player.
He's not that type of player. And that's what I think. And I was like, this is kind of mad, you know, because when you look at that, I'm like, that's intentional, bro. I've fallen over, and I've kicked out at someone, and I meant it. Man fully kicked out at him, and they were like, oh no, he was trying to defend himself. I'm like, listen, bro, if this was any other player, the Eric Bailly, the Paul Pogba, Martial, even to extent like non-English players, he meant it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just so unconscious. Everyone just is I don't know, man.
But it's because it's like because I've always said it, like about the wording and stuff like this, because it's like when they talk about black players, it's always about the physical attributes. Like, and this is racism. It's covert racism, and they will talk about like, he's strong, he's this, he's that. Whereas when they're talking about white players, it's always they're intelligent, they know the game. It's all about the brain. Whereas with the black players, it's all physical. He's physical, this, that, and the other. And that's why they get onto Pogba, because they expect Pogba as a black guy who's 6'2" to be a physical player. They don't expect him to be like a David Silva where he like runs from, doing fancy passes and stuff like that. They don't expect it. And that's why Yaya used to get the same stuff. Like Yaya would get, he should be physical, he should be this and that, but that wasn't his game. He wanted to play fancy football, so it's kind of like, but it's instilled from young. Like, you hear about these things when you're a kid, and then the media just run with it. And it's just like, people have pointed out, obviously Raheem has come out and said, he's racist, what are you doing? And they've basically been warned and they still do it. So I just don't know where we can go from here, because it's just like, they're still doing it. The fans, even subconsciously, they hook onto it, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I don't like Pogba. And you'll be like, why don't you like Pogba? They don't really know. They just don't like him. Where's that come from? Because we don't know Pogba. I don't know Pogba. Do you know what I mean? So where do you dislike him from? That's come from the media brainwashing you into thinking that you don't like them. You don't like the players. You don't like Raheem Sterling. Why? Oh, he's greedy. How is he greedy? What's he ever done that's greedy? You know, he hasn't done. You could say, oh, he's a bit greedy with the ball sometimes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But to call him greedy when you don't know him personally is madness.
He got crucified in the media for buying his mum a yard.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it wasn't even that. Do you know what? It wasn't even that from. That was bad. Do you know when he got the tattoo of the AK-47?
Oh,
And
yeah.
these man spun it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like,
The word and everything.
For me, that's not even the worst thing. The worst thing is when apparently he had 8 children with 7 women.
Oh yeah.
Just because he's Jamaican. And the face,
Sorry, that's funny.
and do you know what's annoying? I actually believed that
That's
until I had to research and it was fake. I'm thinking a media outlet actually posted this, and they weren't gonna. It's ridiculous for me. Like I wish players in Europe or football players were like American sports, because American sports players, LeBron James, if somebody was racist to LeBron James would go on Twitter, he'll go on Instagram, he'll mention you by name, and he'll call you out. And once you're called out, you're gonna keep pin. Like for example, the other day, Tim Sherwood was talking about Tongi Ndombele, and was talking about him as if he's a ball-willing midfielder who has absolutely no tech. Tongi Ndombele has more.
They don't watch.
Ndombele has more tech than Tim Sherwood ever had. I don't need to have watched Tim Sherwood. I know Tim Sherwood wasn't a baller like Ndombele. So these man, like, they need to respect all these ballers. They need to actually stop being idiots and like actually talk with their brain. It's getting frustrating. It's jarring. It's fucking jarring.
I'm just gonna do a reference. It says racism exists without the media, mate. LOL. Yes, it does. Yeah, but listen, it does. But what we're trying to say is the media have a very, very, very big role that they play in this. You know, Yannick has touched on it. Daniel's touched on it. Like when they talk about us, every black person, he's strong, he needs to be physical, that's literally what it is. Do you know what I mean? And I get to a degree, maybe some black players are like that, but I know white players that are strong. Do you know what I mean? So what? Do you know what I mean? That's just what it is. But I just hate racism. And do you know what is even like? You lot obviously have seen the Marshall and Transibi racism, but the fact that the guy that went to go messages his missus, like, that's a bit too much. Saying why? I think it was saying like, why are you still with this black? I'm just like, come on. It's a bit. It's just getting out of hand, isn't it? And
it's happened again today, you know.
Oh, is it? What today?
Marcus Rashford and who's the one? Rashford and Martial, I think it is. Is it Martial again? Yeah. Putting like gorillas. People are putting like
I missed that.
You know, like shit things, and then people are putting like so it's happening again. But Instagram needs to do something about it because it's clear, you know. Then it's not like they're just random accounts and people are being racist. Like if it was your account, it's a little bit harder for Instagram to realize your account. It'd have to be flagged up. But these people are celebrities. Like they know how many people are going to report that one thing, probably thousands of people, you know. So it's just ridiculous, like that.
I think someone must have. There was talks, or someone must have mentioned it. Maybe everyone has to like use ID to sign up for social media, which I think is a very good. It's very good in it, but I still don't think. Pardon?
It's also very iffy as well.
Yeah, it's also very iffy because one thing I want to compare it to is the reason why it probably won't even run or bang is, for example, look at the vaccine that's out for coronavirus. No one wants to take it because they think they take it. Everyone's going to get some sort of chip. Everyone's going to be able to, know about that information. So for social media to come out rightly and say, you know what, okay, everyone sign up with your personal ID card. It's a bit. I agree with it. It should happen, but it's like, will it really happen? Will it really happen? Will it actually be passed? Because people say, well, this is breach of what do you call it? Privacy. That's the word I'm looking for. Breach of privacy. So it's just iffy. It's just the fact that racism exists. Like, I don't talk. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's one of them things though, because say for example you've got a Twitter account and you want to talk about work, like your manager would be able to find you directly. Like, okay, this is your Twitter. Like, could you imagine all them girls that do OnlyFans? Their boss would be like, I've seen you on Twitter. You've got like an OnlyFans account. You know, things like that. So I get
People be tapped for that,
I get the idea behind it. It stops trolls, but it also, like you say, invades your privacy. Because if I want to tweet about my workplace, my manager shouldn't be seeing that. Like, he shouldn't be watching, like, oh yeah, you know, she's bitched about work today. You know, that sort of thing. Like, you do need that privacy, but yeah, it's a hard one because I can see the pros, like, and the cons to it, innit? It's one of them things. But people will always have a way around it, like use their brother's ID and then it's not them, it's the little brother, or you know, there's ways around it that people can probably get. So yeah, it's a mess.
Okay.
But yeah, go on, sorry.
No. So, just obviously just to round up because I'm only going to do an hour today. Unfortunately, I got my little girl with me, and Daddy's got to go back to daddy duties basically. But Daniel, obviously Liverpool beat Spurs. I believe it was. I don't even know what the score was anymore. What was the score?
3-1.
3-1. That's it. It was 3-1. Actually, do you know what? Let's not even talk about that. Yeah, we need to talk about Ollie. Yeah.
That's calm. That's calm. I'm here to talk about football. Either Liverpool.
No, because
Ollie,
you see, they won it, and I was going to ask him, do you think Liverpool can go on a run now, innit? Because obviously they've had a few bad results. They finally won against obviously Spurs, Jose. But then that just reminded me about obviously our form against the top six. I think it's L, draw, L, draw, L, draw.
Yeah.
You know, it's this.
And you only scored one goal, and it was a penalty.
Who scored a penalty? Bruno.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like with Ollie, like everything we're gonna say about Ollie has been said. Like that's the thing. Like Ollie, tactically, everyone and his dog knows that Ollie is not good. The team, I think Grealish is better than De Bruyne. Disagree, but fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their own. But Ollie, tactically, is not there. He's a good manager. But there's only so much you can do with a team that consists of Martial, who scored 2 goals in 17 games. That's meant to be your 9. Marcus Rashford, who is a very talented, he's a very talented player, but then sometimes he moves as if he's still 17, 18 years old. There's only so much you can do with these players. So Ollie, I don't think he should be there, but Poch is at PSG. I don't see you guys getting the Leipzig manager. Tuchel, which I don't think you should have gotten, is at Chelsea. So if you sack Ollie now,
no, we won't sack him now. I think it would definitely go to the end of the season, even if, let's say,
I think he'll be here next season.
God forbid.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, do you know? Obviously, looking at the table, anything can happen, and obviously looking at the results against Sheffield United, and today, obviously against Arsenal. We could fail to pick up a win, all of a sudden drop out of top 4, even potentially drop out of top 6. Remember, David Moyes got sacked when it was mathematically impossible for us to even get. Was it Europa or was it just Champions League? I think it was Europa as well.
Champions League.
It was just right. Was it Champions League? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I think if it gets impossible for us to get Champions League, even by go on.
The thing is, you might drop out of top 4. But me personally, in the only two, I can only see 2 teams outside the top 4 challenging for it, and that's Chelsea and Spurs. I think they're the only 2 teams outside the top 4 that have the quality to maintain a run. And even at then, I don't think they're able to do it. So I think United will be calm because I think there's a lot of teams there that are pretenders. Not too long ago, if Everton won against Leicester, they'd be on top of Liverpool. They drew with Leicester, and in that game, they played like a team that was 6 teams. Then they went to go and lose to Newcastle 0-2. Not 2-0, 0-2. Newcastle, who, in terms of performances, are probably the worst team in the league. So, I just think there's bare pretenders, in my opinion. I think United will be calm. They'll be calm, but I can sense the frustration. I understand the frustration because looking at it from a non-biased point of view, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on with this club? I personally do not see progression. I think people might. I just think now you have better players, so you're seeing a natural progression with better players. But I don't think tactically, in terms of performances, I don't see any improvement, me personally.
What about you, Mac? What about you? Because you're there nodding your head like,
No, I agree. I think we will get top 4. I don't think it's going to be that bad a drop off. I think we'll probably win the next couple of games here and there. I just think it's because United are not convincing in any of their W's. That's where, apart from Leeds, but Leeds got opened up also by Crawley. They've been opened up by a lot of teams this year. So, that I'm just saying the truth. It is. No one's really convinced by Man United. That's just what it is. Even when we were top. Any team that's top of the league, if you're not convinced by them, there's a problem. City are top of the league. No one's asking questions. Diaz, great job. Stones in form. De Bruyne does his thing. He's not even playing right now because he's injured. But when he's there, he does his thing. And you look at the rest of the team, and you're quite comfortable or confident in the fact that that they can win the game. And if they don't win, it's a genuine surprise. If it's a draw, okay. But if they lose, you're like, oh, what happened? You know what I mean? So they're the only team that people feel that about right now. Whereas with United, no one's really convinced by them. So I don't think we'll drop out top 4, but I don't know if it's going to be second, third, or fourth, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know which position, because, like I said, this league is poor, man. There's no one that's really convincing me right now, bar one team in this league.
Yeah. Let me add Jerry to the stream. Big up yourself, Jerry. What you saying, man?
I'm good. I came here because I want to let Jan give me what spoke. Jan give me the smoky words, man.
I just started winding him off in it because he told me that Spurs were going to win the league, and I was like, Spurs ain't winning the league. United 21-21. I was like, Man United ain't winning the league.
What was it? I swear you said we're going to beat Liverpool as well, 4-0 once as well, something like that. But mad thing. But yeah, no, I'd love for jumping on it. Like, obviously, just before we wrap up, obviously, man's on daddy duties. What's your thoughts about our chances this year, man? Do you think we can still do 21 and 21? Or do you think? Okay. Tell me why.
The thing is, that Bruno is burnt out. That's why he's not in form. He's burnt out, and he can't be the only person that scoring goals. Our strikers, like, I'm a big Martial fan. Everyone said, look at Martial. I love him so much. But I don't know what he's doing this season. Because last season, he was my favorite season. He was like our best player. I don't know why he's going out of form.
Jerry,
yeah?
The thing is, I know you love Martial, but if you look at him statistically and in terms of performances, this season is not that too dissimilar from previous seasons before last. I know, yes, there were times where Jose Mourinho would play him, he'll do decent and take him out, but it's not as if Martial was amazing, like he was coming out and doing a mazza. Like, what was he with Martial we've seen before? So me personally, I don't think it's out of form. I just think he's reverting back to his normal performances, me personally.
Well, the thing was, like, with Jose Mourinho, he put Alex Sanchez out, like, what? That's when I became just, why are you destroying his confidence of going to the World Cup? He would have been a World Cup winner if he had gone to the World Cup. Mourinho was the one that destroyed his confidence. That's why I hated him for it. And not only is going to come in, gave him his confidence, and I think last season was probably his best season of his Manchester United career. And I thought, because this season, like, we're in titles and our strikers need to be scoring goals. Like, look at Man City. They don't have strikers, and they're still top of us. I don't know how that's happening. And Cavani needs to stop missing sit as well.
Boy. Jerry, give up on Martial, man. His time's up.
Yeah, I can't lie. Even I left the boat, bro. Let me tell you, this is how much I was on the boat. Yeah, once upon a time in a group chat, with these men, I said Martial.
See, yep.
I said it because I was like, Martial is a full package. What he does here, what he does there, all he needs to do, is be put up front in a good system. But do you know what? The chances that this guy has got, I just don't think he's a Manchester United number 9. Like, he can work maybe in a 2, but up top by himself, he cannot be our lone striker, man. Maybe Rashford and Martial probably work nice in a 2, but nah, up top we need. Cavani's here. He's 33 years old, isn't it? But we need, and I would like to see someone like Haaland. To a degree, I would take Danny Ings because you know how to strike a ball, you know how to score goals. No, but I'm saying these type of strikers that are just going to bring you goals. I don't care. Like we lost Lukaku in it. Okay, last season we didn't miss his goals, yeah. But right now we're missing goals that Lukaku will score. You know, a lot of these goals Lukaku will score. A lot of these opportunities that these players are getting.
The thing is about Lukaku, I never really liked him because this guy does not turn on big games. When it comes to big games, this guy goes missing. I never. No, bringing Cavani in, fucked him over playing no the verbs game. No, but the thing is about Lukaku, yeah, but this guy goes missing when it comes to big games. And that's the thing about Lukaku. We need a striker that turns up every game, like Aguero. Now it's all I prefer. So if we want to sell Martial like in the summer, yeah, we need to bring a replacement. And these Glazers don't bring replacements. I want someone like Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan. That's the type of striker I'll go for.
Martial was a top scorer last season. Do you know what? Yeah, I can't even agree with that. There's a different form. There's a different form here, and they're just not scoring. Like
I don't know what.
I swear Bamion's got more goals than him this season, and that's disgraceful.
No.
Yeah. How many got in the league? In the league, what's Martial got? Like what? 2, maybe 3 goals.
Martial's got 5 in all competition. In league, he's got 2 in 25 points. I don't know what's happened to him. And Aubameyang now, Aubameyang now has 5 goals in 17 appearances.
Yeah, but he's playing as a left wing back. We know that anyway. So.
Oh my god.
No, but
to be fair to Aubameyang, he's playing in a position. But to be fair, knowing about playing position, it's a case of how many chances has he actually really had in hindsight for Arsenal. When Arsenal plays, always on that side, he's not really had clear-cut chances. In the overall project of the season so far, it hasn't been like that. You can look at him and you can say, and even that's why I didn't agree. I don't agree too much with Lauren's comment because for most of the season, it's been if Cavani plays, Martial doesn't. And if Martial plays, Cavani doesn't. It's one of the two on the bench. And then when Cavani comes on, he goes on the left. Martial, for me, I've just run out of excuses, man.
Can I just say?
I can't defend him anymore, man.
I don't.
Watch it go to Man City. Here we go.
I was just gonna say, John Stones has the same amount of goals as Marty Allen, and just saying.
Yeah.
Who does?
John Stones, isn't it? He actually legitimately does, isn't it?
Yeah, John Stones.
Right.
More
Money. Lock off the podcast, but it's done.
Legit.
I didn't know that until today. That's good.
John Stones. Jerry,
Jerry,
you see Marshall FC, yeah? Rip up your contract, block them by email, block their WhatsApp, everything. Time to go.
And Jerry Mina has got the same amount. Ben Mee from Burnley.
Stop it.
Jan, are you reading all this violence? Hey, lock off the podcast.
Oh, yo, told you. You weren't here last week.
I couldn't make it last week.
Bro, she was on for 2 hours. There was literally like a 40-minute segment where Manu would just put comment after comment. Yannicka would just go in on them. And once I saw that, I'm thinking, look, it's only a matter of time until she goes in on us and our clubs.
Whoa, she was hot last week.
You know what? Yeah, like Nathan Aki, who's been injured almost all season, has 1 less goal than Mattiel.
No.
Lock it off.
Anyways, guys, like I can't even lie to you. It is getting locked off because I can't allow Jan to do all this violence. It was the Ben Mee. It was the Ben Mee that spun me, you know. Burnley.
2 E's in his last name for no reason.
But listen, that's been
your people and
I don't even have to do the outro. How do you do the outro again? What do you say? What do you say?
Hey, let's end the broken.
It's been another episode of Fender 4. Don't forget to like, comment, follow each of our socials. Jerry, plug yourself. Make sure you follow Jerry. Wait. You know what? I don't like this. Wait, who do you support, Abdullah?
City fan.
So this has been the end of the stream.
I'm done.
It's cool. Maybe another time.
Cool.
Oh, what you got to say? Do you know what? Yeah, you can chill with Yannicka in it. What, coach? You gone yet?
I think you guys are harsh on Martial. I think you guys are harsh on Martial.
Okay.
You have to go, man.
Okay, Kojo,
Oli
sit
has
down for
failed
this.
him.
Let's hear what he's got to say. Sit down.
Ollie's failed him. Ollie's failed him. Oli
How's
has
it all his fault? It's not his
I'm
fault.
not-
Don't.
Just to say, you
Don't
don't
blame
Wait,
Oli.
wait, wait.
No.
Actually, Abdullah.
You can't say much.
Abdullah.
No.
Wait, Jay. I want to see Abdullah's point of view because I'm with you, Jay. But I want to see what Abdullah wants to say.
Before Abdullah, before you drop, before you drop your view, Manny, see your comment that Abdi just dropped. Put that there about Maguire. Put it there. Whilst he talks. All right, go on. Please do it.
Same goes with my sheet. Hey, Jesus.
Please continue.
Oh, no.
Maybe
Wait,
I think the
and he scored what? Has he scored 2 headers? He scored 3 headers this season or something.
You look
innit?
at one headers.
Two
He scored-
headers. 2
He
headers.
scored against Sheffield, and who's the other goal?
Right.
Newcastle, yeah.
Let's let our brother drop his point because he
Yeah,
wants to.
drop your point, my guy, because we need to end this quick. Yeah,
I think the coaching staff and the managers let him down this season.
What? Oh,
Why?
And maybe personal issues as well.
I agree with the coaching staff thing, because I've always said Ollie's tactics and whatever he does, they're not good enough. Do you know what I mean? However, Martial has got himself into some great positions.
True, yeah.
And he can't even put it into the back of the net. Martial that scores 95% of the time scores worldies, knows how to finesse a shot. Can't even do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think he's just understand this whole blip in form, I understand the coaching stuff, but sometimes it's just certain things like I just don't know. I just don't know. And it's not like we're what's that?
That's a start. No, that's a start at United. And if you look at his stats at United in the league over his time here, you'll see that his goals last season was an anomaly. And that's what I mean with Martial. Like, he came in as this exciting youngster. Louis van Gaal hyped him up. He had a very good first season. And we had this perception that, okay, this guy's going to go on and do bits. Then he has 2 or 3 seasons where he doesn't do that well. Then he has a season like last season, and we're thinking, raw, he can actually do his thing. And then he's gone back to what he's done in the last 3 seasons. And I think there's only so much you can blame Oli and Denmark because, okay, Oli might have failed Martial, but Bruno Fernandes is doing his thing. Luke Shaw has massively improved. Say what you want about Harry Maguire, but since you guys got knocked out against Leipzig, he's been decent. So, like, the players that are playing under Oli that are doing bad, but then Martial, who's 25, let's not forget, he's not 18, 19. He's playing as if he's 18, 19, and that's a worrying issue. That's just my opinion.
Would you sell him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
I would lie to you. If someone came in for him right now, I would sell him. But drop me.
Do you want him? Do you want him? You take him. Take him from me, please.
I'll take him.
Take him. I will bring him to your house personally. You can take him to.
If he
I wouldn't sell him to another Premier League rival.
He must
take him, please.
Score loads of goals at City there. He would. I don't want him, but he would score loads of goals at City.
He would. Yeah, that's why I say I do. That's why I say I do understand the system and stuff. But I just feel like this season there's been opportunities where he could easily be on probably 10 plus goals now in the league, and he hasn't taken them. And say what you want about the system, that's just not good enough. In my
Jesus, he doesn't take his chances.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
And I still got someone then.
But Ferran Torres is a young winger who has come to the Premier League for the first time. He's not scoring them already.
True. Yeah.
A man picks up the water bottle.
That's another one that upsets me as well. The fact that you guys got Torres and Diaz in one window makes me sick.
Torres was cheap as well. What was he like? 25
cold,
Yeah, cheap.
I thought you guys would get Leon Bailey. Is what I thought.
Yeah,
I don't think by him. I like Leon Bailey. Obviously, he plays for my team, but I don't.
Jerry, one thing you have to clock about Premier League clubs: they don't buy with sense. Instead of a club to be buying Leon Bailey, Diaby from Leverkusen, they'll spend 72 M's on Nicolas Pepe to be doing step overs as if he's wearing Timberlands. Like, that's what I mean. This is what Premier League clubs are doing.
He went there, He went there,
So, like, Premier League clubs, I just look at their signings. I'm just thinking, especially the top clubs, I'm just thinking, you man are taking the nick, honestly speaking.
But when you look at the top clubs, I think it's just United and
Chelsea.
No, but Chelsea have spent well, though. Let's not. Chelsea has spent well. What it is that Lampard didn't know what to do with them.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lampard.
I see them improve.
Yeah, but it's too inexperienced. I was
Okay,
saying, inexperienced.
Morata.
Not Kepa. Let's not even forget.
But Morata was forced because Morata was meant to come United.
True.
Oh
true,
yeah,
okay.
and
But they still went for
They
him. They
gave
still
him-
went for him.
And
Yeah, they still
Lukaku
went for
for
it.
Chelsea as well. Lukaku.
Kai Havertz is a good youngster, but Kai Havertz, there's no way in hell that you can tell me this guy is worth 72 million. This guy has done absolutely nothing to be worth 72 million. Chelsea could have gotten a player for cheaper who would do a similar job to Kai Havertz. And that's why I mean, just because a player is doing well in the league, Germany, France, doesn't mean you should go out and spend 70, 80 million. That's a piss take. That's a complete piss take.
And he always left one good season. One season out in
Thank you.
last season.
Thank you.
One
And
season. You can't work that money.
Yeah, but that's what Pepe did. That's what they did with Pepe as well. Because what is he now, like 26? And I remember at the time, I was trolling the Arsenal fans. I was like, listen, Pepe has been playing senior football since the age of 18, yeah? But yeah, Rashford still has more goals than him in less appearances. He had one great season at Lille.
Look, the thing is, look at what City do. Like, people get onto City, but you have to, like, Leroy Sané, they got him for 30 million. Yannick and Abdullah, they can.
That was a good signing, yeah.
They can
We sold him on profit.
And the thing is,
on him.
and you know what's the crazy thing about Sané?
What was that, Abdullah? Sorry?
We made profit on him still. Maybe if
Exactly, they made profit on him. They made profit on him. And what City do is, he came to the Premier League and he didn't blow in his first season. He blew in the second season. Bernardo Silva's breakthrough season wasn't in his first season. It was in the second season. Because they know that these players, if you come to the Premier League, it's going to be hard. But then if you're buying a player for 72 million, sorry, G, you don't have 1 year, G. You have to be doing a thing. And for me, that's a problem. Like, I look at City, I look at United back in the day, I'm like, these people have given you a blueprint of how to build a proper squad. And nobody's watching it. Havertz is not worth 25 million.
Well, do you know what I have to give a shout out to City for though? Because this goes under the radar a little bit because he couldn't get a work permit. But Man City got
Douglas Luiz. Thank you.
From the middle of Brazil, from the known team. No one knew who he was. And City got him. We brought him here. He couldn't get a work permit, so we had to sell him to Villa. But obviously, we've got a buyback clause, so I'm hoping that we go and get him back at some point. Players like that, like Man City, honestly, I say this all the time, from top to bottom,
money.
Is one of the best, if not the best ranked club. I'm telling you.
Sorry, Yannicka. Manny, get rid of that comment. Get rid of that comment. Get rid of that comment. Get rid of that comment.
No.
Get rid of that comment.
You know what? I was upset.
Get rid of that comment. Get rid of that comment.
The thing is, I think what he's trying to say is obviously, I think even if we gave Angel Gomez a new contract, Bruno should have still come anyway because Angel would not have done what Bruno has done. Do you know what I mean? However, I am upset he left, because I think there's a great player in there, isn't it? But this obsession with size, power, do you know what I mean, is the reason why he left, isn't it? But then I always said this: if Angel Gomez was at City, he'd be balling out, bro. Because City, like, other than your centre backs.
Our midfield is doing well. Our midfield's doing
well.
No,
but what I'm trying to say, everyone is small. Like, you know what I mean? Small. Okay, Rodri, he's tall, yeah. But other than that, you do the small players, innit? But yeah, big up Angel, anyways. But yeah, man, Havertz. Havertz. But what were you saying about Havertz? Yeah, still.
No, I was using him as an example that like clubs spend stupidly, and I'm happy Yannicka brought up Douglas Luiz. Imagine a situation where Fernandinho leaves. Man City bring Douglas Luiz. Now they have Douglas Luiz and Rodri as the DMs. This is what this is what you call smart squad building. United fans will be crying that people want Martial to leave, but look what has Martial done for Manchester United. If we're being he's done nothing.
The only thing that I remember about him was when he brought to the FA Cup final when he scored a last minute goal against Everton. That's the only thing I remember him doing.
And
one moment.
No, that's a good moment for me.
But Lingard has more moments than Martial. If you
that's a lit moment. I won't lie. Like when he did that, like he's a guy. But you bought a youngster for 50 million. I think he was the most expensive youngster at that time.
not the most, but
He was
50
up
million.
there. He was up there,
Yeah,
and
up
his
there.
biggest moment is FA Cup semi-final.
No,
For
Martial was
beating
more
Man
than
City.
15 million. Did you say 15?
It was 50,
50,
50, yeah.
50,
plus
5-0.
adult.
This
Yeah,
was
if you want Ballon d'Or,
Yeah,
where's
one
that
Ballon
coming?
d'Or.
When is that coming?
What?
Monaco probably ripped up that contract. Like, yeah, he ain't happening no more. But big up Martial, man. Big up Martial.
Thing is, yeah,
go on.
if he leaves next, like this season after, if he leaves this season, yeah, the thing is that I don't know what's gonna happen to Oli. Like, will he get back? So I don't know, because look what happened last season. He didn't get back to the way he did the first season.
Jerry,
Oli
you
won't
already know.
go.
Jerry,
No.
You know the Jerry. You know the answer to that question. You ready? You know the answer to that question. He ain't
Give
happy.
Oli Arsenal team.
No. I was gonna say, like the whole backing thing. I think Oli got backed. You know, people saying he didn't get backed here because we didn't get Sancho. Obviously, yes, we missed out on Sancho, and the club were done with that. You know what I mean? Waiting till the last minute and putting together a 97. What was it? 97 million package with 7 million up front, and these men have basically told you we want 120. However you structure it. Do you know what I mean? But they've just done the Mazzoline, which I do agree with because I wouldn't, like I said there and then, yeah, with all the frailties in our squad, yeah, I don't think we should be spending 120 on Sancho when we have so many other positions that we needed to improve and stuff. But you can't say Oli hasn't been backed. Donny van der Beek here, the same guy that came out. Oli was like, "Yeah, I've called this guy bare times. I want you to come to the club. I see you playing in this."
He lies, man. Lies.
Okay, Cavani. Yeah, I spoke to Cavani on the phone. You know, I really wanted him, just and that, blah blah blah. All these players, yeah, Diallo. We watched him. We knew that this. Come on, man. You can't say he's not been backed. They've gone out and got him players, and these are players he's sanctioned.
But the thing is, he can't. Obviously, whenever he can get any of his stocks, but then you have to think about it, they're not his signings. He can't go up to press conference and say that I haven't been backed, but in summer he'll get in trouble. That's why I say something positive about his players.
Nah, man.
That's the thing. You can't.
I really don't. Why do you spend 40 million on Diallo?
Jerry,
No, but he needs to listen to the thing about it. Like, today's game, Rashford played poor because left wing is his position. He played poor when he came in. Martial came on. He's not a right winger, and the facts are, right. Oli doesn't have a right winger, so he needs a right winger. That's why
we've not had a right winger for time though. That's us. We haven't replaced not even Ronaldo to say, because Ronaldo didn't really play on the right, even though he played right left depending on who Nani started anyway. But the last right winger we've legitimately had, who wasn't even a right winger, was Nani, because Valencia dropped back into right back anyway. Yeah. We've not had a right winger anyway, so I'm not going to put that. That's on the club's fault, but then that's on other managers. David Moyes brought in Mata, started him playing him on the right. Who did Jose bring in? He brought in what's his name?
Mkhitaryan.
He brought in Mkhitaryan. Okay, so now you've gone over to what do you call it, Oli? He brought in Dan James. So how can you say he's not been backed?
I'm not sure that was a signing, Daniel James. You know. So I'm thinking what's Sancho. I don't know about Daniel James one because he was the first signing that Oli.
Jerry, I'll ask you this question, okay?
Yeah.
If I was a manager,
and
I came to you and said my midfielders are Paul Pogba, Scott McTominay, Fred, Nemanja Matic, and Donny van der Beek, and out of all those 5 players, I think Donny van der Beek is the worst midfielder out of all those 5 midfielders I mentioned, and I asked you for more money, would you trust me if I'm telling you that out of Matic, McTominay, Fred, Pogba, and Donny, that Donny is the worst midfielder? Would you trust me to get the best out of a new signing? Because I look at that.
You're asking, I'm the board, for example. I'm the board.
Yeah, you're the board. Would you trust me? Because I'm looking at that United team, and I thought this with Jose as well. If I was a board and you got me Lindelof and Bailly, even though Jose should have been backed, I could understand why the board did not want to back him, even though I think they should have. With Oli now, I'm seeing them. They gave him Donny van der Beek, who is a wonderful midfielder who can probably do most of the roles you want in a midfield, apart from get mad goals and assists. but
No,
you're
he's
playing
got that.
scum.
No, he's got
Yeah.
that. He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
that in his game, bro.
He
He's got that in his
okay.
game as well, bro.
But you're playing Scott, you're playing Fred, you're playing Matic ahead of him. I'll be looking at this guy and thinking, this guy, I cannot trust him with money or with signings. Me personally, that's how I'd see it. Because United don't have a midfield to not be playing Donny, for example, or not be playing him, or giving
He's
him
not getting
sympathy
He's not getting
minutes.
Pogba.
Huh?
He's not getting ahead of Bruno and Pogba. So how is
No,
That's
but
it.
the
the
worst
thing is,
formation 4-3-3.
Okay, so when we play Diamond, why can't he start in that team?
But he doesn't trust back four because he didn't get a set. He wants the centre back, and he doesn't trust Maguire. And
bro,
Lindelof.
he
That's
came
why I
out
think
himself and said, we're not looking at a centre back, that we've got Mengi.
Did he say
And
that?
bro, he said
I don't
we've got
remember
Mengi
saying
and
that.
Twanzebe. These men are going to be 6 centre backs.
Manny.
Yeah.
Don't even mention Twanzebe's name. He's the same age as Ruben
Bro, I'm
Diaz.
saying this is what our
I don't hear
manager
that
said.
guy's name either.
Wait,
I don't.
Twanzebe's 23. Now you're lying.
Big
Nah,
man.
Yeah,
Big man.
I have to
He's
Google
not a
it.
small
Look
boy,
at
you
that
know.
guy,
He's not 19 years old.
Ruben
No,
Diaz.
but he's good. He's only good. Listen, Twanzebe is only good when he plays with three at the back. Think about PSG game. He played three at the back and he played well. But as a two, he's weak.
That's a problem. So he's disposable. Get him out.
He's 24. Axel
He's 24
Twanzebe.
even. He's older than Diaz.
He's
He's
24
older.
this year.
He's older than Diaz.
No, I mean like he's 24 this year. He's 24 this year. Like at the end of this year.
Oh yeah, this guy at the end of the
Okay, yeah.
But that's
man.
He's 24 this year in
I thought he
November.
was young. I thought he was like a young.
He's 23 years old, and Jerry said already he's found a weakness. He can't even play in the back two. Disposable. Bye. See you later.
That's why
Gone.
when you're
If you're
centre
centre
back,
back, if you're centre back and you can't play in the back two,
you can't trust. No, listen, Bailey is an injury prone player. Everyone knows that. So that's why he wants to play winging out centre back. And Mengi is still young. Mengi's young.
the thing is, when you actually look at our centre backs, yeah, like in all honesty, we give Maguire. Oh yeah, my man had to bust that. We're gonna wrap up soon anyway. We give Maguire all the smoke and that, yeah. Like our centre backs are still decent, bro. They're still decent, and I don't even think they're our problem. They're not our problem. Our big problem, yeah, is obviously people will say that. Anyways, me, I've always said I've not been only in even when we're winning games because it was individual performances, but it's the system.
I think he's your biggest problem. He's your biggest problem.
How is it a problem?
Okay, I'll tell you.
It's not a problem. No, I can't say it's a problem.
And then we'll wrap up.
The reason why I say Ollie's a problem, and I'll compare Ollie to Poch, City, and Liverpool. When you watch Spurs under Poch, Liverpool under Klopp, and City under Pep, you know that these teams, no matter who's on the pitch, will get the ball from back to front, will sustain attacks, and will keep the opponents camped into their own half for a sustained period of time. But with Manchester United under Ollie, I get the impression of he's waiting for his superstars to come up with a moment of brilliance. And the reason why I see this is because last season, Pep was playing with Fernandinho and Otamendi, Fernandinho and Rodri, Fernandinho at Stones as centre-back. These are horrendous centre-backs, and he got 80-plus points. Klopp has been playing with Henderson and Nat Phillips, Fabinho, Nat Phillips, all them, man. And at the moment, he's only, 4 points behind United, 7 points behind City. If United had Scott McTominay and Axel Twanzebe, I do not think Ollie could be trusted to set up a team to go out and win matches. Because I think Ollie relies too much on individuals rather than a set system. So that's why I feel Ollie is a problem, me personally.
Yeah, definitely our biggest problem, man. But yeah, man, it's been a sick show. A friend and foe. I don't even know. Do you call it episode 2? I don't even know what to call it. Friend and foe 2. Friend and foe episode 2. Whatever it is. Manchester United, second in the league. That could change by tomorrow, I believe it is, or Monday. We could easily be third. Who have we even got next? I don't even know.
We got Southampton, then Everton. Southampton Tuesday, then Everton.
It's looking kind of sticky. Obviously, we beat Southampton, we beat Everton.
I still was winning that game.
Southampton are going to be vexed though. Did they lose that game because them VAR calls?
Yeah.
True.
Too happy.
But then, do you know what I mean? But we know how they play these. Like even though Everton lost today, we still know they got the players that can, can do something like nothing. We know what Southampton are anyway. They're like, after Wolves, they're probably our bogey team outside the top 6 for me. But yeah, man, it's been a sick show. Thanks to everyone that's come on. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Jerry, appreciate you jumping on, man. We'll be back next week. Me, myself, Yannicka, Daniel, and Kojo, hopefully. But yeah, it's been friend or foe. Peace out, people.